I know. You're so cute. You're so cute. So cute. Kiss desensitization. That's what we shall work on. Good baby. Hey fellow equestrians, it is Claire here and I am with the always adorable Oakley. And today I'm gonna do a little full training vlog for you guys. So I'm just gonna kind of film one of our little mini training sessions and kind of explain it and share it with you guys. We're not going to obviously go over everything today. We're just gonna kind of touch over a couple of things that we are starting to work on recently. And then of course, if you guys like this, I will do another vlog just like this, but with other stuff we're going over. Like, I've never introduced him to the horse trailer, so that's an upcoming video if you guys want that. Ooh, and he's pushing me over. So, as you can see, he has a sheet on. I have worked with him on sheet desensitizing and blanket desensitizing twice now. Obviously, you see he has one on, and he's fine with it. He doesn't really care when it's on. It's the kind of getting it on him part that he's not so sure about. So today we're gonna work on some blanket desensitization as well as going over a bunch of other stuff. So before poor Oakley eats me to death out of boredom, let's get started with the video. So first thing, I'm gonna take off his blanket. Good boy. Good boy. Good. So he doesn't really care when it's on him. He just doesn't like it coming to him. Good baby. And everything you do on one side, you do on the other. Go. Getting babies to stand still in general is a pill. But he's getting so much better and learning that, you know, when we have the halter on, we're gonna stand and we're gonna focus on something. And when the halter's off, you get to go and be free and walk around. Good boy. Good. So, obviously he doesn't really care about this. You have to be kind of careful and slow until they get used to it. But once you've started working on something with him, he gets it. He's pretty good. Good baby. Just lots of stuff like dropping that, because sometimes when you're blanketing, blankets fall, you know, you want to make sure that they're not going to freak out. And he's honestly normally a really cool baby. He's not super skittish and he's pretty brave. So I put his actual sheet away and I got a new one out and we're going to see what he thinks about this one. It's not super different, but you know, I brought it up to him. I didn't let him look at it a ton, and we're just going to throw it up and over. Good boy. You don't really care, do you? Good. Good baby. And I've done lots of stuff about, you know, walking him around with this just hanging over his back like that. He doesn't care. So we're not going to do much of that today. Good boy. So now we're going to move on to something different. I'm going to lay this out on the ground. Obviously, I'm using this blanket for this exercise because it's not currently or in the near future going to be used by either of them. So I'm going to lay this out on the ground and work on him walking over it. exercise with him one other time, and he took on to it pretty well. So I'm basically just gonna walk over it, ask him to follow me and see what happens, and go from there. Good boy. I want him to trust me. I don't want him to listen to me and follow me when I ask. It moved, didn't it? Come on. So he kind of wants to go around it. He's not scared of it, but he'll try and walk around it if you let him. So we're gonna do this a couple more times until he does not care at all. Good boy. Gonna move it while it's underneath him. Doesn't really care. Good boy. Like I said, just all sorts of different directions. See right there, he tried to go around it, and I'm not gonna let him. Good boy. Honestly, the first time I did this with him, which was about a month ago, he did not really care. Like I said, I got really lucky with him. He's a super good baby, but just introducing them to a bunch of little different things is so crucial at this age. So we're, just throw every random thing at them that you can, and it's called training. That's why I love foals. Come on. You're making this blanket real dirty. That's good. That's what we like. Good. Good baby. I've never done this with him before, but I'm gonna drag this and I want him to walk next to me and follow me with it. I have a feeling this is something he's not gonna be super certain about, so let's see how it goes. Good boy. Yeah, I'm moving it. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. He's looking at it, he's paying attention to it, but he's following me and he's not doing anything dangerous. Like, you're allowed to be nervous, you're allowed to be scared, but you're not allowed to try to run away or jump on top of me. And whoa. Good boy. And now I'm gonna do it on the other side of him. Let's do it this way. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you. Come on. So he's a little bit more inquisitive of it this direction. He's wanting to pay more attention to the blanket than me. So we're just gonna keep doing it until he'll walk by me, not paying attention to this at all. I'm so terrible. I'm sorry, baby. I keep turning so tight to stay in the camera shot that the blanket is actually wrapping around his hind legs and he's stepping on it, and he's not even reacting at all. So I'm gonna have him be done with this and reward him, and good boy. And one last minute, unsuspecting, toss it up on his back. Yeah, that's our blanket. Well, it's not your blanket. It's much bigger than something that would fit on you. Good boy. Good, so that's what we want. Even though that hasn't been on his back in a while, I put it up there and he didn't react at all. So that's good. This is what we're not gonna like. Is it coming up over our head like this? Good boy. Good. So he really hates his ears being touched. So that's something we're obviously gonna work on. I'm gonna do that a couple more times until he doesn't react as harshly. He's still gonna react some, but it's just because he doesn't like his ears being touched. I'm gonna use a smaller blanket for this just so it's a little easier. Good. So my main goal here is to keep him from shooting backwards when I do this. So that was an improvement though. He didn't like take but a couple steps back. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, that's what I wanted. Good. He obviously doesn't want it to happen, but that time, every time he started to panic, I made him stop. I told him good boy until he kind of would take a breath and be like, oh, okay, I'm not dying. And then we'll do it again. Good boy. I know, this is no fun. You'll get lots of treats after this, okay? Good boy. Good. Yes, good boy. For the first time doing something like this, I'm gonna stop asking for more so I don't annoy him, and we're gonna end on the blankets with that. Good boy. Okay, so now I'm gonna do some work on Farrier type stuff. So messing with his feet. This is something that's kind of hard to do if they're not tied up, so I'm not gonna do a ton of it. I have been doing some work with him on being tied, not actually tying him because that's not safe. Obviously for the purposes of today's video, he's out just in his field. So I'm not gonna do a ton of this, but I'm gonna kind of demonstrate what I would normally do. Basically holding his foot, getting him used to holding it like for the Farrier, messing with it, you know, hitting it, making sure that he's gonna be nice and helpful for when it's time to get his feet trimmed. So when he was a baby, he would try to reach around and bite me on the butt when I picked up his hooves. So how I fixed that was when I'm picking his hooves, if he turned his face around, I just kind of swing the rope, not hit him with it, but swing it, and then that would then get him to bring his head back around. He's gotten to the point where that's not really a problem anymore, but like putting his hoof between my legs like a Farrier would do, banging on it a little bit, doesn't really care. Good boy. And then every time I put it down, I praise. If he's having some difficulty while I'm holding it and he's wanting to put it down a lot, I'll just give him scratches while I'm holding it to kind of keep him content. All right, let's get your back one. Good boy. Good boy. And then the same thing with his back leg. I'm gonna put it on my legs like the Farrier would. Good boy. So he's a little bit more difficult with the back legs. Every time I put his leg on mine, he kind of wanted to take it off, and you know, not holding on to it to where I'm gonna make him panic, but what I did was I let him take it off my leg, and then once he relaxes, I put it back. And then I didn't set his foot down until he relaxed while his leg was here. And then I good boyed, patted him, put his foot back down. It's a lot easier to do this when you're not by yourself, but hey, It's good practice, right? Good boy. Good. So you could see there he wanted to take his foot away from me and back up, but I gave him clucks. He came back forward and stood back where he was, and then I set the foot down and good boy. And then I'm gonna do it again. You don't wanna end on a bad note, otherwise they'll learn, oh hey, I tried to take my foot away and then she stopped trying to pick it up. So we're gonna do it again until I pick it up, put it between my legs, and he stands perfectly still. Once you get to the point where that's easy peasy, then you start adding time to it. You start holding on to it for longer. Because that's with babies, that's the hard part, is holding it up for so long. They get bored or they wanna go somewhere else or do something else. So you start off with short time periods and then you add on. For the purposes of the video, obviously I'm not gonna hold this foot up for a couple minutes. That's not great entertainment, so. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So he was perfect that time. He didn't move an inch. He was relaxed. So I'm done with that foot now. Good boy. Good boy. And good, he was perfect for that one. So we're not gonna do any more with the feet. Good boy. I see Owen has decided to come pay us a visit. Owen, what are you doing? You saying hello? Are you coming to say hello? He says, I thought this was my YouTube channel. Didn't you? Is he stealing your attention? Huh? Is he? Is he stealing all your attention? All right, and now we're gonna do some practice with leading. So the goal with this is I want to keep his head close to my body. I don't want him to be, dragging behind me, and I don't want him to be dragging me. So to work with that, obviously, if he's going too far in front of me, push him back. If he's too far behind me, then a little tap on his behind with the rope. All it needs is a tap. Just that little touch, and they're like, oh, okay, I need to go forward. Once you get to the point where they kind of understand, a little forward pressure is all they need, and sometimes just a little swing, not even the touch. Ho. So see how I said ho, I stopped my feet, and he stopped. His head isn't past my body. That's what we want. Ho. So the goal is to have all of this done without any pressure on his halter, or as little as possible. And then we always add in a lot of backing up. Anytime if you stop them and they blow past you, you back them up. So then they start to learn, okay, I need to not invade their space. I need to stay with them. Because most of the time babies are thinking like, I want to go, I want to be wild and crazy. So you kind of teach them to be respectful. And none of it is hitting or yanking, because all that's going to do is make it worse. You got to think like a foal. I'm gonna move the camera so you can see a little bit more. Okay. Got him that time. He thought I was gonna stop. but we did it. Good. And I like to have vocal cues for everything. I say ho to stop, clucking means go forward, and is back up. See, just like that, took no pressure. It wasn't a huge backup, but he knew what I asked and he responded. Good. Good baby. See, no pressure at all. He's just following me. Good baby. I don't know how I got so lucky. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do today is kind of brush him off a little bit. He's not a huge fan of sprayer bottles, like getting fly sprayed or Shoshin. And so I'm just going to kind of brush him and get a brush all over his body. It's really good that you make sure that your foals don't care where you're touching. You can touch them all over and they're not gonna care. Like I said early in the video, he does not really like his ears being touched, but he's getting better at it. After a while of playing with them, he kind of succumbs to like, okay, you're gonna play with my ears. Because when he stops reacting, that's when I stop touching the ears and reward him. But when you react, I do it more, if that makes sense. With horses and foals, it's all about pressure and release. It's all super little and specific. So that's why I like to say, don't do something if you're not super educated on it. And the reason why his head is so low is because lately we've been working on getting the halter on and off without flinging our head. Because he's smart. He knows when the halter's coming on and off, and he'll kind of like try to help you take it off. So we've been working on, see, I'll kind of see what he does here. You kind of see that? That's what I don't want. And a big part of it is he doesn't like his ears being touched. So we've been working on a little touch on that pole to get his head down, and then once his head's down, you release. And I keep doing this until I get no reaction and his head stays down. Good boy. And when he does it once with no reaction, he gets rewarded. And we keep doing it until he doesn't react. See, that was a good one. Good boy. Good boy. So now I'm gonna do what I was talking about, is spraying and brushing. Same with everything, pressure and release. If he starts to react, a little pressure, and then release when he's not. Oh. Oh. Good. Oh. So you can see he's not scared of it, he doesn't really like it. He doesn't like to stand still when I do it. So just lots of practice is what's really helpful with stuff like that. And so we're just touching all over, brushing everywhere. Good baby. Good baby. No, I'm not gonna brush your ears. I've tortured your ears enough for the day. Good. Good boy. Good baby. Good baby. Get you nice and clean because it's too cold for a bath. Good boy. Good boy. Now we're gonna do a little bit of his mane and his tail. Never brushed your forelock before. Let's see what you think. You're not a fan, but you don't really care. Not that much. All right, let's get your tail. It's a good booty shot. Let's see if you can't hold still for the camera. Good boy. I swear, by the time he's grown, he's gonna be a YouTube horse expert. We're learning how to pose for the camera, you know, all that good stuff. Oh, those shavings out of there, buddy. What have you been getting into? All right, good boy. And see, I've got no pressure on this right now, which is what the biggest thing we've been working on lately is getting him to stand still. And it's just, like I said, practice. The more and more you do it, the better they get. All right, I'd reckon you're all clean by now. Nice and slick and shiny. Huh. You all clean now? He says, please let me go play with Owen. All right, handsome. Guys, he's already almost taller than me. Look at this. Yeah, we're looking at your butt on the camera. What'd you think about it? I swear, he's growing too fast. He's what, 6.5 months old now? Time goes by too fast. In case you guys have missed it, Oakley merchandise just got dropped in my store. So go check it out. I'll insert some pictures on here. But click the link up top. I also put the link in my description if you want to shop Oakley merchandise. I love his little baby butt. Little baby butt. I probably do this too much on my YouTube channel, but whatever. Little baby butt. It is a little baby butt. So before I set him free, I'm gonna give him a little treat. Lots of people are against giving foals treats. I think if you have a really well-trained foal, there's no harm in it. I'm giving him in really small pieces because they don't have the best teeth for chewing treats. And you see, he doesn't really know what it is. You kind of got to teach them how to take treats. It's kind of funny. But I'm not going to give him more than this little one piece broken up a couple times. He's like, I can't decide if I like it or not. It's weird. But after a big training session like this, I like to reward him for his patience and his hard work. Good boy. Let's show them what we've been practicing. Head stays down. He's like, more treats, and now you're free. Okay, so I'm now ending the video on my cell phone because my camera died, of course. And so I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we will catch you guys on my next video. Bye!